Well, good morning, everyone. It's been a while since we've had any updates, so I'm going to try to cram them all into just a couple minutes if I can. A couple weeks ago, we had our 20-week appointment so we could find out the gender of the baby. I was convinced it was going to be a girl. I had a dream, and I felt like, it's, because we'd want a boy so much, it's just going to be a girl. Well, we got to the perinatal center. She lay down, started doing the overall scan and everything. Baby was upside down at the point when they were moving the transducer thing around, and got a clear shot to tell us that our child is in fact a boy. And we got the photo of that to prove it also. And that was, we made our announcement that day showing that it's a boy, and had little Scrabble pieces and a little onesie that she had bought before. So the first half of our appointment at that time was really great. We found out we were having a boy. All his parts seemed to be there. It was really exciting. Then the second half of our appointment happened, and the doctor came in and told us a few of the not so good things that they could see in the ultrasound. One was that first, his umbilical cord had only 2 out of the 3 blood vessels that were typical. So he wasn't getting in, I believe, as much stuff as he should be. They also found that his heart, that half the chambers were not pumping as strong as they should, while the other were. They said his cerebellum was a couple weeks behind in development, and that he also may have a cleft lip and palate. Now, all those things tied together could lead toward some sort of genetic disorder. And they were suggesting we have some sort of testing done to see what the issue was. The doctor also, because she's a doctor and it is the day in which we live, was also, in her defense, I should say, was also giving us trying to just give us some information about termination. The both of us were so enraged when we heard her say that. She wasn't pushing us in that direction, just telling us what the law was in regards to it. We declined, of course. So we spoke with our parents, we told them about it. We didn't want to tell a lot of people, just because we didn't know what to do. We met with our pastor and his wife, talked with them just about the situation. Oh, we cried so much. I had a day I just broke down. It happens from time to time. We lost one baby earlier at the beginning of this year, and we don't want to lose our second one. But we met with our pastor, got some good, sound, biblical advice from him and his wife, and just wanting to talk about, what our options are and what we could do. There's the genetic testing that could be done, and there was also this blood testing that also is not as accurate, but is also reliable. But we just found out that, sometimes the hospitals in your area can't do everything that certain other hospitals can do. And if there's a need that we may have when the baby's born, that if that hospital can't provide those services, we'll have to transfer to another hospital, one that's about an hour away. So we decided to do an amniocentesis, which normally we would not have done. But because of that circumstance, we chose to do that. We had that done last week, which was kind of scary in itself. What that is they put a needle inside the sac where the baby is, through the belly of my wife, and we'll extract some of the amniotic fluid and then test that, because that's possible. So she lay there, we met with the doctor. He talked everything through. They started the procedure, puts the needle in, they have an ultrasound going at the same time so we can see. And they started to extract some of that fluid. Yeah, we could actually see the needle going in with the ultrasound too. I don't know how. It's a very small needle. It's long, but it's thin. So just as soon as they pull the thing out, everything just kind of closes up on top of itself. So that was last week. Wednesday, we had the amniocentesis, and that's out for testing. They said that it would take about 3 days to get the initial test, and we didn't hear anything on Friday, so today is Monday, and we're expecting to get the results of the initial test today. This test will look for 3 different options, or a few different options, but the 3 that are of concern. I believe, I may be wrong about these, but there's trisomy 13, 18, and 21. 21 is Down syndrome, which, you may know people with Down syndrome. We do. They can live healthy lives. A little bit of a challenge, but that's what it is. 18, I believe, is a form of mental retardation. And then 13 is the kind where they cannot survive outside the womb for very long. The test will give us results for those 3 different disorders. If it's not any of those, there are others they'll test for afterward, and they'll do anyway. It'll also make sure the gender. It also would check for spina bifida, but that's not a concern for us. It doesn't look like he has that. They did an ultrasound that same day, and even did one of those 3D scans, and you could actually see the lip raised up out of place. So we're prepared for that, and we know that he'll have to have some surgery, I guess within the first 6 months, and then some more after that. But that's what we're waiting on right now. We'll get a phone call maybe this morning or this afternoon, and we're trusting in God. We've talked with our parents and with the doctors, and it could be none of these things. It could be one of these things. What we've been praying for is a miracle. We want the ultimate miracle is that everything's wrong and the baby's perfectly fine. But what we really want is just to hold our baby. We want to see him. We want to give him a life. And today I expect that we'll get news that will tell us that we will get to hold him. We will get to see him and care for him, of course. But whatever news we get today is going to change our lives forever. So, if you're a praying kind of person, which I suspect most of you are, pray for us. We know people have difficult situations. Life's not easy. It hasn't been very easy for us all the time. 2015 has probably been the most difficult year of our lives. But, you know, we live in a place where, you know, we don't have a lot of friends in the area. Friends are about an hour away. It's just, it gets tough. It gets pretty tough being far away from everyone, including our family. Our family's hours away. But, you know, it's been a trying time. And I want to share this now because, you know, even making these, we were thinking, oh, you know, all good news, right? But we're trusting in God. He's answered our prayers, mine specifically for a son. I wanted to have a boy. And, you know, we believe that He'll answer our prayers too. That not only will we, you know, have this son, but we will give birth to him, and we'll give him a life, and we'll love him, and we'll teach him to love God too, and others. So that's the update over the past couple weeks, and we'll find out the news shortly. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.